Hello everyone, and welcome to my ultimate guide to Genji Edge Boosting. This video has a lot of different topics and sections, so I've decided to split it up into chapters. At the bottom of the screen, you will see a multicolored segmented bar. Each colored segment represents a chapter, so whether you're on mobile or desktop, you can scan forward and go to the chapter that you want to go to, without having to sit through the whole video or spend too much time trying to find a certain part. These segments are Introduction, Tutorial, Tips and Tricks, Practice Spots, Best Places to use it in-game, and using May's Ice Wall to edge boost from anywhere. By the time you've finished watching this video, you should be competent in the basics and more technical uses of Genji's edge boosting technology. What is Genji Edge Boosting? Well, it's a technique where you can exploit certain movement mechanics to allow Genji to gain heaps of speed, distance, and momentum. As you can see, you can gain a lot of speed and distance from this technique, and how you want to use this knowledge is completely up to you. Unfortunately, this technique isn't exactly a recognized part of the game. It's actually an exploit. This means that you could wake up tomorrow and it's patched, but for the meantime it works perfectly well, and while not only being a bit of fun, it can be seriously useful. Once you learn how to do it, you can pull it off quite consistently, but it will definitely require some practice first. So you're probably keen to learn how to pull off this stunt, so we'll jump right into the tutorial section of the video. Before I start the tutorial, I would like to mention that this works on PC and on console. I've tried it out with a controller plugged into my PC and everything works absolutely fine. Now, the first thing you need to do before you start edge boosting is to go into your character settings and turn off automatically climb walls. If you don't do this, then it simply won't work, so even if you're a hardcore Genji main who has always climbed walls automatically, you'll need to adjust if you want to be able to edge boost. Once that's done, head into a custom game, set it to skirmish with 0% ability cooldowns and find a nice place to practice. I found that Illios Lighthouse was a great practice map. There will be other great practice locations in my practice locations chapter. Now, the main technique to pulling off an edge boost is to dash, jump, and hold your forward key. The secret to doing it successfully is being able to press all these buttons at exactly the same time. If there's a delay between the button presses of W, Shift, and Space, then you probably won't be able to pull off a jump. So in the video that's playing, what I'm doing is lining myself up with this edge on Illios and making sure that my positioning is good. It doesn't have to be this precise in-game, but for practicing purposes, it's a good idea to learn this exact technique. Then I press W, Shift, and Space all at the same time, and I do not hold down any of these keys. I tap each of them at exactly the same time, and as you can see, you really go flying. Once you're in the air, you can press any of these keys. It's just that to complete the actual jump, you just need to tap them. It is very important that you line up the crosshair with the edge as close as possible, but there is a decent margin of error that will still result in a successful edge boost. In my tips and tricks section, I'll show you how to edge boost on a ledge that is off the ground, and some useful things to know about edge boosting. Knowing how to edge boost off a higher ledge is one of the most vital pieces of knowledge you will need to know in order to use edge boosting successfully and practically in an actual game. Let's have a look at this ledge on Route 66. It's high off the ground, and trying to edge boost from a standing position will result in failed attempt after failed attempt. All you need to do to overcome this is to do a single or double jump, depending on the height of the edge and the desired trajectory you want to take. Make sure that when you jump, you aren't holding down your forward key when you actually initiate the jump sequence. Now, going back to what I was saying about trajectories, your height before you edge jump can make a big difference to where you fly. If you're looking nearly completely vertically at a wall, you'll probably get a lot of height but no horizontal movement. If you're looking at the edge fairly horizontally, you'll probably just fly forward with a lot of speed but no height. The best angle for most situations is the 45-degree angle. Aiming yourself like this will get you the optimal amount of height and distance. That being said, feel free to experiment with different heights. You have your double jump ability, so the choice is really yours on how you want to approach a jump. Pulling off an edge jump will use your dash ability and your double jump ability, meaning that once you're in the air, you are mercy to the direction you're facing and the momentum you have. You can airstrafe a little bit to guide you, but you will mainly be stuck wherever the game decides to throw you. This also means that you will have to wait for your dash to reset if you're plunging into a crowd of enemies, unless you have your Dragon Blade ready, which will reset it upon activation. So as long as you plan your jump and you're sure it isn't a suicide mission, happy flying! Stick around and I'll show you some of the best practice spots and some of the best places to use this in-game. These next couple of spots that I'm going to show you are not only great to practice on, but could also be useful in-game. Jump into a custom skirmish game with 0% cooldowns and you should be good to go. The first spot is Illios Lighthouse. I used this to learn how to edge boost for the first time, and it's a nice way to get the hang of things. The spot right next to the point is a brilliant learning position, since you don't have to focus on jumping and can just focus on getting the button presses correct. On Route 66, there are 2 ledges which are different heights, both in nice large open areas. These are great for experimenting with jump heights and trajectories, as well as learning how to initiate an edge boost from a jump. Definitely check these out after you've mastered doing the Illios jump. Once you're done practicing, it's time to look at some great practical uses that are sure to help your team in an actual game. Now I'm going to look at some of the best places to use this in an actual game. Instead of blabbering on and explaining each point, I'm just going to turn up the music and play them all in a nice little show reel, so you can sit back and have a look, see how they work, and decide for yourself if you want to use them or not when you're in an actual game. Enjoy. So I recently discovered that you can edge boost off a Mei wall, which allows for some really versatile edge boosting. Being able to boost from anywhere with the help of a friendly Mei really removes the only limitation to edge boosting, being only able to pull it off from certain locations. While functionally the same as a normal edge boost, you will have to alter your technique ever so slightly. The only thing that makes edge boosting off a Mei wall possible is aiming your crosshair and lining yourself up with the gap between the pillars of Mei's ice wall. In case you didn't realize, Mei's wall is not a solid wall, but it is a group of 5 pillars that are all separate. The problem I ran into while testing whether or not you could boost off it is that when you dash into one of the pillars, it just pushes you to the side and you lose all momentum. It would be like dashing into a circular pillar on any map, it just shuts down all your speed. So aiming your crosshair in the tiny crease between pillars is what allows you to fly off the wall. This can be a great way to launch yourself into places the enemy won't expect you. On any map, you can get a Mei to place a wall in front of you while you're all charging it, and you can make a successful jump flying right over any buildings and into the enemy territory. It can be a great way to break up the action on the point, allowing your teammates for a sneaky entrance. And that concludes my ultimate guide on Genji Edge Boosting. I hope you enjoyed it. I put a heap of effort into this and it's one of my most in-depth videos on this channel. Hopefully the chapter markers helped you out and help you if you ever need to come back to this video and find that one part of the video. This video honestly might not have happened if it wasn't for this guy's comment. Go and shower him with praise if he comments on the video. Big thanks to anyone who helped out in the filming of this. Cloud, Universe and Josh especially for being major contributors to this and helping demonstrate everything. If you enjoyed this video, show your support by giving it a like. It doesn't actually mean anything or help me out, but it's nice to see my work get appreciated. If you have anything to add or say, please leave a comment. I read through all the comments and always love seeing what people have to contribute. I've learned a lot of things from people contradicting me in the past. If you're new to this channel and like this guide, check out my other videos. I have stuff ranging from my very popular Tourbillon guides to Junkrat double jumps and Soldier 76 rocket jumping guides. If you haven't checked those out, I definitely recommend it. Once again, I hope you enjoyed this video and I'll see you next time. See ya!